present here. I am Lakshmi Kumari from Yellow House and I want to deliver a speech on day-to-day crime in our society. Friends, crime is very old concept and it is transmitted to the society from generation to generation. Nobody is safe now. The world is full of criminals and criminals activities are on the rise throughout the world today. With the development of science and technology, criminals are used scientific techniques for while committed crime and police has been made the technique by use. Every day the newspaper reports hastily murder, rape, theft and kidnapping. Naturally, the graph of crime in today's society is sharply on the rise. Unemployment and lack of motivation among the educated young men have drawn many of them to the world of crime. Graduates in jails are now the active members of the crime world. Our cities have become a den of smugglers and criminals. Theft and whaling are no more monopoly of illiterate ruffians. Craze for foreign things like dress, car, bike, and cosmetic had filled their ambitions. They need fast money for fulfill their desired needs. Many of the crime are committed for property, money, and wealth. In India, now crime that happened in 1 hour is 187 conjugal crimes and IPC and 443 under the local service are committed law. According to the report Crime of India, in 1994, in one day, police have nabbed 832 theft, 66 robberies, 258 riots, and 2,991 other criminal offences. There are no shortcuts to reduce crime offences in our country. Of course, it is the work of police to maintain law and order between the people of the society. Efficient and impartial functioning of the police can help in curbing the crime rate in today's society. Moral education in school can be quite helpful to bring down crime effectively. Thank you and have a nice day.
If a country is need to be corruption free and become a nation of beautiful mind, I strongly feel that there are three key societal members who can make a difference. They are the father, the mother and the teacher. I repeat it, if a country is need to be corruption free and become a nation of beautiful mind.
Very good afternoon to all of you. I am Vicky and I am present here to deliver a speech on the role of parents in our life. The importance of parents is depending on our sanskars and thinking. They play a very biggest role in our life. They play a very important role in our mental, physical, social, economical, financial and career developments. They are most precious gift of God. They train us very hard lifestyle for the future challenges. They are real God and our first teacher. Parenting a child is not easy, so we always respect them and their decisions in it. In the development of child, the parents is most responsible because they provide everything like fruit, milk, clothes, food time to time for the physical growth. And sometimes they don't have money to provide those things which we want. They will manage and provide all those things which beyond their capacity. They teach and explain practically and theoretically about the rituals and sanskars, which help today in our life. Parents do almost all things to make us educated and well respected in the society. They work hard and feel proud when we got a good marks. And last I say that all the students, those present here, all the students who's present here, please respect their parents and their decisions in life. You have a parents and you follow their decisions, your future is better than the better. If you have no parents and you don't follow their decisions, then you have no future. Thank you very much.
Of revolution and crime. I repeat it, what is the parent of revolution and crime? Good morning, good afternoon to everyone, respected directors, sir, principal ma'am, teachers and all my friends. Today I am here to share my views on increasing day-to-day crime in our society and the measures we should take to curb it. As we know that there are many crimes held in our daily life. Every day newspaper reports ghastly murders, rapes, robberies, thefts and kidnapping. Naturally the graph of crime is increasing. Life is quite risky and unsafe, especially for the women, girls, old kids and small kids. Our cities is dense with smugglers and dealers. The capital of India, New Delhi, has earned a rare notoriety in this respect. The capital of India, New Delhi, is not the political capital but the crime capital of India. Most of the crime held in, say, Delhi, like girls, rapes, thefts, kidnapping, in every second. But it is not the only Delhi. Our societies, including the many crimes held day by day. Of course, it is duty of police to maintain law and order in public, but our societies have also made powerful communities to stop this crime in our daily life. I finally stop my words by saying that the main reason of increasing crime is uneducation and unemployment. If uneducation and unemployment ends, our society will automatically get rid of crimes. Thank you and have a nice day.
Swelling, naked materialism and consumerism had overpowered their minds. At last, I finally say that moral education in school is very effectively to reduce the growing crime rate in our society. Thank you.
A very good morning to the my dear friends, respected teachers, directors, sir and principal ma'am. I am going to say something about gender inequality. As per the World Economic Forum's GOV ranking, India stands at 108 out of 149 countries. This rank is a major concern as it highlights the immense gap in opportunities in women with comparison to men. In Indian society from a long time back, India stands at 149 countries. Conclusion for overall well-being and growth of a nation, scoring high on gender equality is the most crucial aspect. The government of India has also started taking steps to ensure the gender equality, like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao Yojana. That means Save Girl and Make the Girl Educated campaign is created to spread awareness of the importance of the girl child. Another major reason which contributes to the discriminatory behavior towards women in India as per the World Economic. Women are not entitled to equal job comparison to boys. Thank you, have a nice day.
Good morning, respected principal ma'am, teachers, and all my dear friends. Today, I am Shyam Kumar of class 9, stand in front of you to share my view on increase in crime rate and measures we should take to curb it. Friends, human society is gradually but surely being crime rise. Every day, the newspaper reports ghastly murders, sensational robberies, theft, and kidnapping. See, naturally, the graph of Indian crime society is sharply on rise. Living has become quite risky, unpleasant, and unsafe. The old women and old people are worse sufferers. Our society became dense of smugglers and criminals. The capital of India, New Delhi, has earned a high notoriety in this respect. It is not the capital of India, but also the crime capital of India. Second thing is that growing unemployment and lack of motivation among educated young men have drawn many of them into the world of crime. Theft and waylaying are no more monopoly to illiterate ruffians. Graduate engineers are now as an active member of crime world. The new way of consumerism has added fuel to the fire. Craze for foreign goods, cars, bikes, dresses and cosmetics has fulfilled their lying desires. Third thing is that there are no shortcuts to reduce the growing crime rate in our society. Of course, it is duty of the police to mention law and order in public. Efficient and impartial law functioning of the police can help the society to curb it.
Respected directors, principal ma'am, teachers and all my dear friends. First of all, I would like to thank to organizer for their kind invitation towards me to enabling me to participate in this wonderful forum. I am Simran Kumari from class 7. Today I am here to represent my views about very fascinating topic co-education. Co-education is the recent system where girls sit and study along with boys in the same classes and in a common schools and colleges. This system was not popular in an ancient schools and colleges. At that time, it was not considered appropriate to allow boys and girls to study in same institution. Rather, boys and girls were sent to separate their schools and colleges. Actually, the elders of each family considered many disadvantages in co-education, and that's why they are again sending their children or grandchildren in such schools. They think that co-education makes their children absent-minded and they become more indisciplined, and the whole atmosphere of the school get polluted. Co-education is not a new thing for us. In the good old days, co-education was in practice.
There are many examples which show that co-education was all over the country in the days. For the very beginning, voices have been raised against co-education. Stephen Leacock, an American educationist, declares, "A man cannot read when women are around." There are many changes against co-education. First, it lowers the tone of discipline. Second, it brings about a shift in the minds of students. Third, it creates a love of fashion and extravagance. Fourth, sometimes girls run with teachers. The argument is that co-education creates a better understanding between a young man and a young woman. After all, they have to live together in their life. Co-education is an excellent and must for any progressive society. So, I think co-education is definitely good and better way of study. Thank you.
Respected Director Sir, Principal Ma'am, our honorable teachers and my dear friends present here. I am Saraswati Kumari of Class 8 and now I am going to talk about the current and worldwide ongoing issues and enlighten you all with the speech on corruption. In one aspect or other, we all have come across the word corruption. You must thinking, what is corruption? Corruption is the dishonest behavior practiced by authorities such as government officials or managers. This is how people with power rules the world, violating certain people's rights and privileges. It is said that time changes everything, but here it is, this unsatisfying term and dishonest act has not changed for the years on end. It is still prevalent. The main reason for corruption in India is bureaucrats, police and politicians. Gone are the days when the bribes were given when the things are wrong. Presently, bribes are received to hide the right stuff. May it be a minor issue or a life-threatening one, a younger child or an adult man, a school-going boy to a working person. Everyone has seen this and has fallen in the prey of corruption. Even if a person is not qualified enough for the public sector job, he can quickly get it by spending some money and giving bribes to higher officials. Now, I am going to talk about the most significant and the worst type of corruption, which is political corruption. Think, what will happen when the government becomes corrupt, who has taken the responsibility of the country? Of course, it will lose the future of the country, the future of the nation. Not only government, but also the police and higher rank holder officers are included in this. What will happen if the person who has taken the responsibility of the country will do this? Now you all must thinking that this happens only in well-established and sophisticated cities. But this is not the case. It occurs everywhere. In metropolitan cities, villages, all are the part of this evil game. And it is only common people who get trapped